Hi, I'm Annie Lichny, and I want to thank you so much for joining in for some meditation today. One of the best gifts I've received from meditation is, in my experience, I have started to really appreciate and understand myself more. I understand my body and what it's communicating to me. I understand my emotions and how they are flowing all the time and changing all of the time. And I can relate to them a little bit more easily and openly. And my thought process, my thinking, when things are calm in mind or when they're distracted in the mind, all of those things become more aware to me through meditation, through practices. So I'd like to also work specifically with our senses today as they support our meditation practice. And it's a support like if you take a hike and you're using walking sticks. It's kind of a similar support to that. We're going to use the sense of sound and hearing in our meditation practice to really help us to calm and also start to understand all of the parts of ourselves. So let's take a comfortable posture. And if you're seated, just make sure that your body is upright and also just kind of soft and relaxed on the inside as much as possible as we get started. And our hands are comfortably just resting on our legs, on our lap. And we can close our eyes down. And we're going to breathe in and out of the nose, if this is comfortable for you. If that really doesn't work in your practice, if you could try breathing in through the nose and then exhaling out of the mouth. An inhale through the nose is really very valuable for many, many reasons. So I'd encourage that if it's possible as we get started here. So we'll take some breaths together as we get started and settle and work into our practice here together. We'll take an inhale here, and as we inhale, you're just going to start coming into the felt sense of filling everything up on this inhale. We feel everything opening and expanding as we inhale, and then an exhale through the nose or out of the mouth if needed, as we release and let go, and just start to feel our body as we breathe, knowing we're inhaling here as we take another inhale. Start to really feel how your body changes and expands on the inhale. Filling up, and then exhaling as we contract, release, let go. Really thinking of it as a letting go and softening as we exhale. Take another inhale with intention, knowing your whole body is filling up with air. Really feel all the places and pockets that fill up, and then exhaling, releasing, letting go. You're finding your own rhythm. Really, you're just exploring the felt sense. How does this feel? Filling up on the inhale. Maybe you start to notice even more sensations through the rib cage, through the torso, even in the shoulders, the shoulder blades. And then the exhale is a release, release, release. We're letting go all the way down. Let's take one more together. Inhaling. Feeling the inhale, not thinking, but feeling the inhale. Feeling how all body parts are affected. Again, this is sensing work. We're feeling how the breath feels. And then releasing and letting go. On the exhale, we could invite to ourselves, even say to ourselves softly, just let go, release, 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 as we exhale. And now we'll let the breath just breathe itself here. And just start to explore the body and know what we show up with here today. We could notice how our body feels, maybe through the face and the head and in our throat, maybe around the eyes or the forehead. Notice if we feel any tightness and tension, any sensations of rawness or discomfort, and what shows up feeling alive and tingly and electrical. Maybe down through the shoulders. Can we relax and soften the shoulders? Feeling our shoulder blades just gliding and moving down our back if we can invite and release and soften a little bit along our shoulder blades. Feeling through our hands and fingers, through our rib cage and our chest area, our stomach, pelvis. Just notice all of the different sensations, the ones that feel really nice and open and soft, and the ones that maybe feel a little tight. We're just adding a sense of curiosity here, noticing what we bring to our meditation right here. This gives us more knowledge about ourselves, more information on how we are right here in this present moment, just staying right here, being curious through the pelvis, through the thighs, the knees, the lower legs, ankles, tops of the feet, toes, soles of the feet, just exploring through the body and noticing now what emotions did we come with when we sat down to offer practice for ourselves. What emotions are with us right here, right now? Do we feel calm, at ease, content? Are there feelings, emotions of distraction, worry, to-do list planning? Do we feel a residue of things we're holding on to in the body through these emotions? It's becoming more curious, not judging what we find for ourselves. Just being curious and open. We could also pay attention to our thinking, our thoughts, our mind. Our mind has these wonderful capacities and also this thinking that's continuous. It's like breathing. It's not something we can always control, but it's always happening. Does our mind feel open and like the sky, just a blue, open, clear sky? Or do we feel like there's clouds, distractions, kind of a heavy weather system? Just paying attention, just right here, to what we bring with us right here today, right here together in this moment. In all of the parts of us. And we can start to explore this sense of sound. We have these senses, all of our senses: sight, smell, hearing, the felt sense, taste. All of these senses really help create our experience of our life. Every experience we have comes through our senses. And so we can rely on them, not only for this creation of our life through our experiences and activities every day, but we can also use them as support to calm, to expand our capacity within our senses, our capacity for creativity, for connection, for well-being. And so we can really work with one specific sense here today together, what we can hear. So we can start to pay attention to what noises, if there's any sounds that we can hear within our own bodies. Can we notice what noises come as we breathe? Maybe a gurgling stomach. From any movements we make, we might really start to be able to pay attention to movements and the sounds that they make. As we swallow, as we breathe, our heart beating. Really see if we can focus in and really pay attention. Maybe it's a combination of noises and sounds. And then we can explore the noises that are all around us in the room or space we're in. Perhaps it's a noise on a computer, a heating air conditioning system, a dishwasher, a pet close by. Start to really hear what's right around you, right here, right now. We might notice that as we start to pay attention to these sounds and our sense of hearing, that it immediately also might have us get lost in thoughts. We might start to be pulled away from the sound. See how gently we can release the thinking and come back to this sense of sound and hearing what's around us. Keep coming back. When we can notice where the sounds take us into our thoughts, but then just keep coming back to the hearing and the listening. And then moving further beyond, listening to noise, birds further away, lawnmowers, planes, trains, traffic noise. Can we magnify our sense of hearing right now to listen to the noises further away? And let everything else go, letting go of our thoughts, everything else, and really strengthen as much as possible our ability to hear. Noises happening outside of our proximity. As life moves on further away from us, can we hear those noises? And notice also the texture of our thoughts. Where do our thoughts take us when the thinking mind intervenes as we're listening? This will give us more information about ourselves and where we unconsciously go sometimes in our thinking. Where are those patterns and habits of our thinking? So now maybe we could take a few minutes and really explore one very obvious noise happening around us right now. Just moment to moment to moment, really relying on the support of sound to keep us here practicing, really strengthening our focus on the sound. One noise, one thing we hear that's obvious. Really bringing our full attention to this sound. When you notice you get pulled into thoughts, because that will happen, now that everything else is quiet, our thinking mind becomes a little more obvious as well. Just come back to the sound, that one sound, and see if we can't really focus just on that one sound. Keep coming back. And then we might notice again that we've been able to see this dual thing taking place. We're staying focused on this listening capacity, this hearing capacity. At the same time, we're also experiencing our thinking mind, maybe filled with some restlessness or distraction, trying to pull us into something from the past or a worry about the future or something that just doesn't feel right to us. And yet we can still rely on hearing, listening, enjoying the moment just in one sense, the sense of hearing. This ability to strengthen our sense of hearing and listening to just one thing, and also hearing and listening to what's within us in our everyday world and also beyond us in life. It strengthens our ability to focus, pay attention, listen, and let our distracted thinking just kind of continue on by. We don't have to pay attention to that. We start to really feel the listening and hear the listening coming through our whole body in an energetic way, in a new way. Using our senses in this way can be very calming, restorative, rejuvenating from deeply within ourselves. Our sense of hearing it's an energetic quality in addition to a sense. It is an energetic quality that's very restoring and brings us back into connecting to ourselves, allowing us to understand not only through a sense of hearing what's happening moment to moment, but also hearing our inner thinking and our habits and patterns that maybe cause us agitation that we can just let go of holding on to quite so tightly. We can release our grip on that and start to pay attention through our senses to what's happening in our world moment to moment to moment. I hope you've been able to find some calm and ease and gentleness and softness through your whole body, through your emotions, through your mind, as we practice together using supportive sound today. Thank you very much for the privilege of your time.